Implement that one thing over the next day or week and connect with me after and tell me how much better your energy is. Here's my story. So I had 3 dreams when I was a little girl. A dream to be a doctor, a dream to have my own children, and a dream to cure just about everyone. And almost these dreams were not actualized because of my own health journey. All along the way, there were hiccups you'll hear in a moment. The top left picture is me attending my first delivery, the birth of a cat. And the bottom right is a picture of 2 babies I actually delivered as a family doctor, 2 of almost 300. Not to date myself. Both these babies now have their own babies, and they're friends with me on Facebook. So speaking of age, oftentimes I'm told I look a lot younger, at least a decade younger than I am. And here's what my daughter said. I'd share with her, I said, Livy, a lot of times people think I look a lot younger. What do you think? And she said, anyone have a teenager here? Okay, so they can be a little cantankerous. She says, Mama, I'm so glad you don't look your age. And I said, oh, why is that? She said, if you did, you'd look like her grandma, and that would be embarrassing. So right out of the mouths of babes. But it wasn't always that way, because in my 20s, I felt horrible. It started with fatigue. I fell asleep on dates. I fell asleep right after Bruce Springsteen played at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inaugural concert in Cleveland, where I'm from. So can you imagine my love life, falling asleep on dates? And it went to Hashimoto's. Now, what if that doctor had figured out, on with the allopathic doctors, it's not your thyroid. It's everything that led to my thyroid being dysfunctional. But it went on, infertility, endometriosis, PMS, gallbladder disease. And then it segued into migraines. They took away my vision and speech. I thought I was having a stroke, waking. And then all of a sudden I had this mysterious illness crop up. Because every turn of the way when I would recover my energy, it would get worse. And I'd recover it, and then it'd get worse. And I really hurt after a workout, and I was just so tired. And we were wrapping up 8 years of living abroad as expatriates. And we were really blessed to be able to take a celebratory trip with our kids. These are our 2 kiddos when they were 4 and 8. They're almost 16 and 20 now. I'll never forget, I was sitting at the side of the pool, and they were screaming, watch me, Mama, watch me, as they're doing cannonball after cannonball into that pool. And I should have been so very happy I became that doctor. I had those 2 children after years of infertility. I thought I was curing everyone. I knew I wasn't, but I knew I was on a mission. And all I could think of was, my liver's failing, and they don't know why. And I thought, I'm going to leave these children without a mommy, and visions of seeing them graduate high school and college, and maybe even getting married without their mom. And I made a pact that day. I'm going to take matters into my own hands today. And I sought the help of a functional medicine colleague, and he helped me reverse that failing liver. I was never given the diagnosis of autoimmune hepatitis. Just for reference, that carries a 30 to 50% death rate in 3 to 5 years if you don't take steroids. It's been over a decade. I've never been given that diagnosis. I've never been on steroids, and I'm thriving. I have more energy now at almost 56 years of age. Say, Corey, you look that old. No. Than I did in my 20s, than I ever did. And since then, it went from this dream that I had when I was a little girl to being invited to speak at Jenny McCarthy's event here in Chicago. That was pre-pandemic. She did Elevate Wellness Summit in downtown. And I shared her dream because she really took her goal of promoting autism awareness to healthy families, which we're all here because many of us have families, to writing a best-selling book. In October, we hit #1 in 3 categories. This is over 27 years worth of work. To then, this is just a fun one, is ending up on the Jumbotron in Times Square. Thank you. My stylist, they'd say, oh my God, we're wearing the same outfit again. No, red's my color for energy. But none of this would have been possible if I didn't have this journey. And so why did I feel fatigued and couldn't get my answers resolved or answers to my symptoms? And I noticed time and time again, we only have a limited toolbox as regular allopathic doctors. We're told all these things, fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, they're all normal parts of aging. Anyone go to the doctor with symptoms and told you were normal or there's nothing wrong? Okay. Yeah. So you're told everything's okay. You're saying it's a normal part of aging. Those aches and creaks in your bones, not being able to stay up past 8 o'clock at night. Or they do your labs and they say, they're all normal. Like that woman in the photo, she clearly doesn't feel well. Or worse, they say, maybe you're depressed. Here's some Prozac. Anyone been told they need Prozac? That's what we were trained to do as traditional doctors. Run their labs, 99.9% of the time they're normal, and then suggest, could you be depressed? And I got so sick of doing this because I knew my patients. I was a family doctor for a long time, and I said, there's something wrong here. I need to figure this out. So I'm gonna take a poll. Who here feels like they have all the energy they need? Nobody? Okay, one. Okay, you're making my poll very short. So then this is, okay, for the gentleman who has all the energy, do you take any basic vitamins and minerals? No. Have you ever done a gentle detox? Do you? Okay, oh, well, yay. Hey, let's celebrate that. 4 years sober. Okay, so God, you're making it too easy for me. I really thought this crew would have all the energy they needed, and I was going to paint this picture because even if you're 20, you likely don't have all the energy you need. And that became my hero's journey, so much so that my colleagues call me the Energizer Bunny. My colleagues in functional medicine seek me out when they don't feel well, and I reverse their energy very quickly. And people travel all over the US and world so that they can feel better. But they don't have to travel from all over the US and world. We just got to get the message out there. Okay, so meet Denise. All the names have been changed to preserve anonymity. She came to me, she was 27 years old. Her friend said, oh, you have to go see a functional medicine doctor. We're going to try to get pregnant. You'll love it. I feel so good. She's like, she walked into the appointment and she said, I want to cancel this appointment. I'm like, oh, like you're here. I said, sit down. I said, I bet you I can help you. She felt great, no complaints. Married, great husband, great career. Here's what we found when we did her blood workup. She had 17 vitamin and mineral deficiencies, 17. And on paper, her diet looked good. She had liver enzymes that were 10 times normal. No symptoms. This is something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. We're seeing it in children as young as 8, 9, 10. And you'll find, like the book is really about mitochondrial dysfunction, but if I named it How to Cure Your Mitochondrial Dysfunction, no one would buy the book. And then she said, I felt great. And we worked with her and I walked her through my 3D high energy protocol. And here's what she said. I didn't know I could feel this fantastic. And this is someone who has no symptoms whatsoever.